Welcome to the Papa-Doo Podcast.
Papa-Doo! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Papa-Doo Podcast with Crypt and Joey Nato. We are so glad to have you guys back with us today. Still have no idea how to start a podcast, but we were reading some notes and comments from everybody on the last podcast, and we're going to try to switch things up today and maybe not suck as bad as we did the first time.
Yeah, a lot of tears went into this podcast literally after reading the comments. So, but seriously, we do appreciate everybody's feedback. We always appreciate the honest feedback a lot because we would rather you
be honest with us than lie to our face and be a yes man. Yes men are the worst people in the world to have. So we're glad we have people that constantly shit on our demeanor and just make us feel like awful human beings. So thank you for all those people out there. Another thing is, a lot of people said we talk over each other like we just did right there. we don't do it on purpose. There's a small delay in the Skype call that we have, so we just want to make sure there's no awkward silence, so we don't just sit there and just like look at the camera and wait for the other person to talk, and then we feel like maybe they're not going to talk, so we start to talk, and then the other person talks, and then we end up talking over each other. So that's how that happens. Sorry, but we'll see if we can try to fix it.
It would take it to the next level. Yeah, no, because I thought you stopped for like 2 seconds. You stopped for 2 seconds. What am I supposed to do? But you know what my problem is actually a lot of times? I think a lot of people have this communication problem is they're too wrapped up in what they're going to say next. Mm-hmm. As opposed, so they're, rather than listening to the other person like 100%, they're like 80% listening to the person and then 20% thinking, okay, well, what am I going to say next? That's interesting, and it's going to keep the conversation going. That's a problem I know I have. I think it's a genetic thing, to be honest with you, because I think my dad has the same problem.
I think everybody in the world has that problem, honestly. I don't know a single person that listens 100% completely and waits for the other person to get done speaking before they start speaking again, because I want to have something to keep a conversation going. I don't want to just, I don't know. I definitely am trying to think of what else to say while you're speaking and not paying attention to you at all.
Well, right now I just did the opposite. I just tried to, really lock in, listen to what you were saying, and not try to think of anything of what to say. And now this is the repercussions. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now, and I'm stumbling over my words.
So fuck you. Let's just talk over each other. You guys can deal with it, okay? We're just going to talk over each other and speak whenever we want to. I don't give a shit, okay?
Well, we could fix it in the editing. If anybody saw the Q&A video on my channel where we talked about me and Crypt's album, then you will see that we did not talk over each other in the final edit of that video, but in the real life, in real time, we were definitely talking over each other.
It was constant talking over each other because neither one of us listened, because we're awful people.
It's all in the editing. The editing.
I saw something else that said I'm too mean to you, and I guess that's true, and I apologize for being so mean to you. Psych, I don't give a shit. Fuck you and your no eyebrow having ass.
Well, okay, that was the wrong.
Oh, you didn't laugh.
Right
now I feel bad.
No, well, when you see the video, I smiled. So, okay. I mean, it was a very The Rock type moment right there, where it was like, where I always thought The Rock was really genuinely asking somebody a question, and then he's like, it doesn't matter. I always felt bad for that person.
It doesn't matter. Like, those are my favorite. I used to do that all the time to people. I've grown up a little bit since then.
People probably hated you.
Yeah, I would assume so. I was an arrogant dickhead asshole.
Wow.
I love how I said was, like I'm not anymore. I still am. Definitely am.
There's a bar. Yeah, you are. Clearly. That's why people say you are incredibly rude to me. But I kind of deserve it because I did do some horrible things in the past. I did steal a little Pikachu. I stole a little Pikachu toy from somebody once. That's probably the peak of my bad.
So I'm your punishment for stealing a Pikachu toy when you were like 7.
Yeah, there's more to the story that would make you really say, wow, that's really messed up. But
man, the universe just threw me into your life to punish you forever about this horrible, horrible thing you did as a prepubescent person that didn't know what the world was yet.
Yeah, maybe it wouldn't have mattered if it was like a Squirtle toy, but it was Pikachu, and we all know Pikachu was like
definitely the elitist. You stole the best one that could be stolen.
There's a going back to the honest comments that the fans have been giving us and all our supporters, everything like that. Thank you guys, by the way. But don't be a yes man, because yes men get you nowhere.
I think I already said that. But
really?
Agreed. Yeah, I pretty much said yes man is like the worst thing people can be. I mean, I guess you said it in a different way, but I definitely said...
Yes, no. Yes man gets you nowhere.
Okay. See, this is why you're my producer.
Just let me on Cypher 3, please.
No, absolutely not. God, stop asking me. See, this is mine and Joey's friendship. I need people to understand that we're mean to each other. Sometimes I'm a little more mean to him than he is to me because he can handle it. I can't. I get upset. I get mad. I get self-demoralized when Joey speaks on me negatively. I can handle it a little bit, though.
I didn't know that.
It's not true. It's a lie. You can literally talk shit all you want to me, Joe. I know I'm a badass.
You're called Red Crypt because your cheeks are red.
You're called Music Producer Reacts because you're my producer. And that's it.
Crypt's Producer Reacts.
Please start titling your videos that.
The views skyrocket exponentially.
That SEO would get fucking phenomenal with my name thrown in there.
And it's funny because I have like a Crypt merch. I have Crypt merch, like your shirt, like the white one with the red letters across it.
Do you really? When did you get that? Did I send you that?
Yeah, with the Tales from the Crypt album. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like a leftover shirt that I had that I couldn't get rid of, so I just gave it to you.
I mean, the other Crypt merch I got is the ones that I bought. The YouTube Cypher one. I had to get that one.
Oh, you got a YouTube Cypher shirt?
Yeah, I don't got the second one. I probably will get the second one as soon as the world normalizes a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have the second one either. I might. I have that shirt somewhere. I was a little bit thinner back then. And it shrunk. The shirt shrunk. I didn't grow. The shirt got smaller.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, we are 100% buying that. So, the YouTube Cypher 3 shirt, though, can't wait to see that.
God, man. Okay. Yeah, the YouTube Cypher 3 shirt, it's going to be a little bit longer. I did not really pay attention to how many people I asked.
The shirt will be longer?
Yeah. I mean, the names on the shirt will be longer.
Oh, yes.
There's more people. That's what I was trying to get. It's a double entendre in speaking, and I wouldn't expect you to understand that because you're a producer. Sorry.
Oh, God. All right.
So now I'm self-conscious about every time I make fun of you because people are going to think I'm a bully. But fuck you guys. I don't give a shit.
I'm going to get you a little Pikachu toy just to set up in front of yourself so you can remember why you're being mean to me.
Exactly. So I'm going to put it right up here. I don't want a little one. I want a big fucking stuffed Pikachu just staring at me above my setup. So every time I'm mean to you and I question it, I just look at that Pikachu in the eyes and like, damn, Joey stole part of you when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, wait a minute. Hold on. I haven't even popped a do to start this. We can't get into this.
Whoa.
You about fucked it up. Okay, second podcast, we about fucked this one up, man. Okay, here we go.
I can read the comments right now.
Yeah, man. So what did we even do last? Without further ado, go ahead and pop a do. Let's get right on into this podcast-a-roo. All right.
Oh, God.
Let's just be quiet real quick. Oh, man, I just took a shower, so I can't get my finger under the top. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Ow, fuck. I don't have fingernails either. This is bad. Okay, here we go. Right-handed. I'm not used to opening Mountain Dew cans right-handed. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. God, that is orgasmic.
Ooh, I heard that little fizz, too.
No fizz, Joe.
I heard a little fizz.
You heard me coming in my pants. That's what you heard.
Wow. All right.
That was a little graphic. My bad.
Segue.
Segue into, speaking of coming in my pants, YouTube Cypher Volume 3 is happening in the works right now.
That's perfect. Oh. That is professional segueism.
The king of segues. Call me Paul Blart.
Absolutely. What? Okay.
You get that one?
No. Oh, King of Queens?
No. Paul Blart rode a Segway around the mall in Mall Cop.
Wait, Segway is a vehicle?
Yeah. Now you got me questioning. Is the Segway's the thing that you ride around, right?
That little moped thing?
Yeah. Is that called a Segway?
I thought a Segway.
Yeah, it's definitely called a Segway.
I had no idea. I learned something new.
See, another double entendre that I did not expect you to understand. You don't understand it so much that you made me question my own double entendre.
Well, it's not my fault. It's just that I'm stupid.
Okay. It's also that you're not a rapper, but...
True.
Well, it's fine.
Well, at least I produced YouTube Cypher Volume 3, and I can't wait for everybody to hear At least the beat, because that's the only thing I've heard so far.
Yeah, I've kept this completely under wraps, man. It's been so, like, weird, because I'm used to hyping the ciphers up so much and, like, making sure everybody knows about it. But I've been working on this cipher for months, man. I mean, you remember when I asked you to make the beat? It was, like, in December, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, were you on tour in December?
No, I went to someone's show that is on the cipher.
Right. I don't think it might have been before that. I feel like I've been holding it's April now. Yeah, it probably was December.
Yeah, I was like, I can promise you it wasn't before that, because he is the one that like made me start the process of Cypher 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I know exactly what we're talking about now.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying not to give names.
Yeah, no, and trust me, I know most of the names on this. Well, I think I know all of them. You've told me in different times, different names, but wow is what I'm going to say. You're not going to see some of these coming, and you're going to... Exactly. Oh, there you go. There's the segue right there when you're talking about this YouTube Cypher is going to make you come in your pants.
Coming. There you go. Listen, you got back into the double entendre world. I'm proud of you. You're a mediocre rapper now.
Well, what can you expect? I have a ghostwriter for all my raps. All right, so...
Yeah, I'm sitting right here.
YouTube Cypher. Crypt was my ghostwriter on the whole album.
The whole album. You guys like, damn, Joey's got punchlines? It's because of me. I wrote them all.
Absolutely. Anyways, it's not true. The roster is insane. Some of them is going to be like, what? Like, why is this person on here? But this is amazing at the same time. It's just going to be, oh, man. It's like, I like holding on to spoilers. This is pretty cool. I feel like I have power right now.
You are one of like 4 people that know who is on the cipher. But I mean, people that are on it know they are on it, but they don't know who else is on it. And I don't even know if I've told my mom all of them, because she likes to tell my secrets to one of her girlfriends that likes to tell secrets to other people. And so I've just kept this one under wraps completely. That's a shout out to Mom. I don't want her to listen to this part. Oh God.
Shouts to Mama Crypt.
Yeah, Mama Crypt makes great wings, and she's a great mother, and great manager, and great everything. I need people to understand how much I love my mother. But anyway, back to the Cypher 3 stuff. The people that are on the Cypher don't know who else is on the Cypher. People have asked me, but I won't tell them. Some people do know. There's some big names on there. This might be the last Cypher ever. That's another bomb drop. I don't even think Joey knows that.
I kind of... After I saw who you put on this, I kind of put 2 and 2 together, like, because where can you go from here?
Yeah.
Type of
thing.
thing.
That's the thing, man, is like people don't realize what I'm trying to do with these. Is I'm trying to show off as many people as I can, but you have to have bigger names to help pull in a crowd too. Because, I mean, people aren't going to want to watch a Cypher with nobody that they know. They want to watch something with people that they know.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's a side effect that there's some underrated people that they see on there. It's like, holy shit, I need to go check out this person. And that's the whole idea behind the Cyphers. And I think people would understand that a little bit more if I ever did a Cypher that had nothing but people that nobody knew, and they could see how less views that gets. And, it's a great idea in theory to have nothing but people that you guys don't know. But in practice, it just would not work whatsoever. And I wish it would, but it won't.
I mean, maybe, down the line, I'm not saying this is planned at all or anything, but there could be a small, a more small scale type thing, but...
Yeah, I mean, I thought about doing a subscriber cipher I thought about doing it on this channel back when it was just my reaction channel, but now it's like the Papa Do podcast channel. I don't know. I have no idea where this channel is going. But yeah, I've thought about doing a subscriber cipher where it's a lot of people that just like want to get their name out, that are talented, super talented. And, obviously it would be a much smaller scale, but I think it would be dope to do that at some point too.
I think so. I think that would be fire. And it'd be a good opportunity for people because a lot of people, at least in the YouTube music scene, didn't really respect my artistry until I jumped on a YouTube Cypher. Well, I guess that's, in your side of the YouTube rap scene, I would say that. There's different sections, there's like, so it's like, once I got involved in your circle, that's when people were like, oh, wow, like now I know about Joey Nato and going to check out more of his stuff and stuff like that. So
it's weird that you call it my circle because I don't even know what my circle is. I'm just I fuck with everybody, really.
Well, your network is huge. and I think a lot of it has to do with these ciphers. If it wasn't for you reaching out to all these different artists for these ciphers, I don't know if your network would be as big as it is now. What do you think?
No, I don't think so either. But I don't know. It's just very weird to me because I still don't feel like I'm that large of a figure on YouTube. But I mean, some of the people I've worked with, I never thought in a million years I'd be able to work with. Like Mac Lethal specifically is the one person not grew up, but like in high school, I watched him on YouTube. I was like, this guy's a larger than life figure to me. And like the fact that I was able to reach out to him and get him on a cypher and then, proceed to go on tour with him and see his penis and just hang out with him. It's just one of those things that I never realized or never thought I'd be able to do something like that. And like hanging out with Quadeca and stuff, like some of the people that I've reached out to is just some people I never thought in a million years I'd be able to have a conversation with, let alone get them on a song. And that same experience has happened with Cypher 3. There's people that I reached out to that I never thought I'd be able to work with that, was able to do it. And there's other people that said that they would do it, but end up not being able to do it because of video reasons that are some people that I was like, holy shit, I'm sitting here talking to this person right now.
Yeah, there's and I know about those artists as well. And there's some artists that for some reason, maybe after a couple drinks or something, it was on their mind. YouTube Cypher was on their mind. And then they decided to contact you, and then you hit them back, and then they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So
yeah,
it's becoming a thing, man. Like people, it's on these artists' minds. So who's ever part of these ciphers, or not part, apparently, they're thinking about these ciphers, man, and realize it's a pretty cool cultural thing, at least for the YouTube music scene. And I love that you put it out around the same time as the Double XL ciphers.
Fuck Double XL YouTube Cypher for the win. I would actually like to. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like to be an XXL freshman. But I do think it's just something for the underrated people. It's something for like average rap listeners and like our underground scene rap listeners to enjoy. They don't have to sit there and listen to stuff that's played on the radio all the time with the XXL freshmen and stuff like that. And they hear people that are completely underrated and just fucking amazing with skill on these ciphers that they otherwise would not have heard of.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and I definitely don't want to take all the credit for that because it was an idea of mine to do the ciphers and everything, but without the reach that other people bring to the ciphers, like the last one, I'm Dante, Mac Lethal, Quadeca, like these people with these bigger names bring in a fan base. It's not just me, No,
it makes sense that everybody should get credit for it because if you didn't reach out to these certain names, then, like you said, who knows what the ciphers, numbers-wise and reach-wise, would have really done. Like, would people really have been feeling it the same way? Maybe the first one would have happened and it would have just been forgotten after that.
Yeah. I really wish I could remember how the first one even happened. Like, I don't even remember how that whole thing, like, what idea sparked a cipher for me. Like, how I contacted you to make the beat. Like, do you remember?
I'm going to actually go to my Twitter right now. Because I know that's the only way we were communicating. So Triggered was definitely the first thing we worked on.
Okay.
That's pretty clear. I know you make beats and was wondering if you can make a rap beat for The Devil Goes Down. Oh, so that was first.
The Devil Went Down to Hip Hop was before the YouTube Cypher?
Devil Went Down to Hip Hop was made before the YouTube Cypher.
Wow.
For the beat.
The more you know. I was unaware of that.
You said, hey, bro, I got a weird request. I know you make beats and was wondering if you can make a rap beat for The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I got a really cool idea for it.
Wow.
This is what I was looking for. So if anybody wanted to know, this is how history was made, or the day that history was made. March 12th, 2019 at 3:49 p.m. Eastern Time. Crypt texted me and said, or hit me on Twitter and said, hey, bro, I've got another beat proposition for you. This one won't be as hard as the Devil Went Down to Georgia one. And then I said some very derogatory terms. But I basically said, oh, shoot, let's freaking go. And then he said, so I'm doing a cypher with like 10 different guys. I'm trying to get the biggest guys I can. I love the low piano sounding beats like my song Warning, which I don't think I heard at that time. Hate to tell you.
Nice. Appreciate that. Yeah,
or
you did.
Look Alive.
You reacted to that, didn't you?
No, I didn't react to Warning. No. I got involved in like the YouTube rap scene right after the Warning time.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Unforgivable was the first one.
Yeah, that's when I was like, oh, there's rappers on YouTube. Then I sent you something 2 days later. So yeah. So March 12th, officially, if you want to know, March 12th, 2019 is when history was made. He said these 10 guys for the Cypher. I guess he didn't want to say 10 YouTube rappers. Do you have a problem saying 10 YouTube rappers?
Yeah, YouTube rappers is so derogatory and just awful. I fucking hate that word with a passion. Jesus. I just, honestly, I don't give a shit about the term, really. It's just a platform that we use. It's very similar to me with, like, SoundCloud rappers. Like, people shit on people that were called SoundCloud rappers for a long time, but then they kind of had a nice little wave going with, like, XXX and Ski Mask and people like that kind of blew up on SoundCloud. And I think YouTube rappers are pretty much the same. Like, there's going to be people that started on YouTube rapping that are going to be big names in hip-hop. Like, there's no doubt in my mind about it because of the skill that I've seen.
It's basically a stereotype, and yeah, there's many YouTube, quote-unquote, YouTube rappers that I've heard that are going to be huge, like you said. And you can just see it because they got it. They got the sauce. It's all about having the sauce.
The sauce. The nice YouTube rapper sauce.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing. The sauce is a real thing. Don't sleep on the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I call it star power, but I guess sauce is the new age term for that. The juice.
Sauce.
I got the juice. Yeah,
all that good stuff. Yeah.
Like, if somebody labels you as a YouTube rapper, you're automatically discredited before your music's even heard.
It's because a lot of YouTube rappers don't carry out their business professionally. That's really what it comes down to. That's probably where this whole thing started.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, it's the freedom to put out your own music and be your own entity, and it's music, so people are going to compare it to mainstream. So if you're not coming correct with, like, your quality, and you're doing stuff out of your bedroom and it sounds terrible, I still record out of, like, a room, like a small room and stuff like that, because it just sounds good. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm literally in a master bedroom closet.
Yeah, so you're a closet rapper.
I am a closet rapper. Yeah, dude, it fucking sucks in here. I can't even stand up to get out of my room. I have to, like, back up and, like, do some acrobatic shit to get out of my closet because of how fucking small it is in here.
It's because people aren't putting their stuff out professionally on YouTube, and that's why it gets the rep that it does. Same thing with SoundCloud. It sounds like somebody's recording with their Xbox microphone headphone for a song, and that's where the term, I think, really comes from. So when people hear, oh, you should listen to Crypt. Who's Crypt? Oh, he's a YouTube rapper. Oh, hell no, I'm not going to listen to that, because they'll just write it off right away. They'll picture somebody just rapping in their closet or something and filming a video of it.
They have every right to, though. It is me. I am very right-offable. I'm making fun of myself now just to keep myself from making fun of you. Okay, the audience has me twisted in my brain right now.
It didn't sound sincere, and it wasn't mean enough. Say something really mean about yourself.
Really mean about myself?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, my dick is so fucking small.
Didn't see that coming. All right. I'm more confident. I'm more confident now because I have a new camera angle and everything, so I want you to be mean to yourself.
Yeah, so what do you qualify as a YouTube rapper then?
I guess a YouTube rapper is basically somebody that is primarily on YouTube, because I think now people are a little more woke to it, but some people thought YouTube was the be-all, end-all. Like, and it's true. You could have a fan base and make a living off just YouTube and putting music and videos out on YouTube, but you gotta utilize Spotify. You gotta utilize Apple Music. You gotta try to have some kind of trace of merch, which is something that I haven't really fully dove into, but you gotta really you gotta do all this other stuff outside of YouTube. I think a YouTube rapper is someone who primarily relies on YouTube, and if there was no YouTube for them, then they would their career might go ghost because they don't have anything else going on. No, that's not true. So I'm just saying that. Do you get what I'm saying?
No.
Let's put it like this. Here, let me look this up right now, actually. Name an artist.
So would you consider me a YouTube rapper?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because you primarily are on. Gosh darn it! You primarily started
I am
on YouTube.
Primarily on
primarily
YouTube. You're
on
correct.
YouTube. And what would your
last
career
part
be
there
right now?
Okay, we're just talking over each other now. Do you want to fight me? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at here. No.
I would gladly fight you. It'd be the easiest thing I've done since eat a fucking chicken dinner this morning.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
That didn't make sense.
Fuck. Chicken for breakfast is actually pretty good, but
chicken dinner for breakfast?
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. See, that's a YouTube rapper type thing right there. Like that.
Go fuck yourself, bro. So you would consider me a YouTube rapper, but the last thing you said was that, like, if YouTube fell off, your career would pretty much go ghost.
Do you feel that way?
I mean, I have 150,000 listeners on Spotify.
Okay. Well, so I'll challenge you.
That right there, like, halfway negates what you consider a YouTube rapper.
I'll challenge you, though, because I noticed when I put out a song on Spotify and don't put it on YouTube, which I do sometimes, it doesn't do as well at all. Name an artist. Name a rapper that you like.
Jelly Roll.
Let's go to Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll. I put Jeopardy Roll, but that's okay. Okay. So you have more subscribers than Jelly Roll. Are you a bigger artist than Jelly Roll?
No, I'm not.
That's kind of this doesn't completely nail it into the ground, but that's kind of the point about YouTube rappers.
Okay, that works.
You get what I'm saying?
I guess so. I understand.
I suck at talking. There's no reason why I should be allowed to have a podcast. I'm terrible at talking.
I'm just going to, like, put a mirror up and speak to myself and then just have a podcast with myself and answer my own questions.
It'd probably be better.
So, Crypt, are you a YouTube rapper? Fuck no! I'm not a YouTube rapper. Fuck that term. You're a god.
Stop talking over me. I can't help it.
Stop talking over me. No, I agree. I'm just fucking with you. I definitely am a YouTube rapper. But I do hate that I am immediately discredited because of that fact.
Yeah.
Because I do make, like, I mean, I'm definitely not my biggest fan in the world, but I do know I have some halfway decent songs out there that people probably aren't going to ever hear because I'm a YouTube rapper.
Yep. I think it's up to us, man. I think it's up to us to branch out more. And I've been trying to bridge that gap more by collabing with other artists and introducing other artists that don't make YouTube videos regularly and that aren't just primarily on YouTube. And I think that's what will really cause this unity between YouTube rappers and all the other glorious rappers out there.
Yeah. I hate that there is a distinction between everyone. We all make bomb-ass music.
Yeah.
But that's never going to be an agreeable thing. Unfortunato.
I would say, why do you gotta put my name in the word unfortunate? Did you do that on purpose?
Just move on. No, I did not. Just move on to the next
Oh
song,
my
please.
God, now I'm going to get memed. This is terrible. What was I going to say? Who do you think is the best YouTube rapper?
I definitely think Quandeka is the best one of all of us by a landslide.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think he's the best. I think he's the most popular, or one of the most popular. Yeah. But I feel like he, I'm not about to bash him or anything, but I feel like there's different styles, man, within this YouTube rap scene. And I feel like everybody is kind of has their own style. I feel like it's really hard to compare. Like mainstream, it might be a little bit easier because a lot of people are trying to sound like the sound right now. You know what I mean? They're trying to sound like, have that relevant sound to their music, and they all want those 808s and claps and
I agree.
All that other stuff. So you could kind of compare them. But on YouTube, with what we got going on, I think it's very different. And I think a lot of people got different sounds to them.
Yeah. So who do you think is the best then?
Well, if you did your YouTube rap competition, then maybe we would know, but we don't know. So
listen, fuck that competition. Okay, Jesus, that was such a fucking. We'll talk about that later, but
yeah, we could talk about that in a different episode, maybe. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
He does not want to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck that competition, man. Okay, real quick, this is all I want to say about that competition. It was a great idea, and then there was like 2 sessions. Luke Gone and 6 Seconds, and then Screw and Greasy Hendrix had like a little mock battle And both of those did not end well at all. Like, there was friendships ended over that. So I was like, dude, if this is what this is going to be like, fuck this. I am not doing this whatsoever. And I just dropped that whole thing.
I think you made the right move. And it's hip-hop is very competitive, man.
Yeah, it would have been dope, but, like, no, man. I was not going to be the head of that.
I would say the best YouTube rapper is not something we can identify. And I don't think it's something we'll ever be able to identify.
Wow, grow some balls and name someone. Jesus.
Me.
Yo, come on, man. Yeah, okay.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, if you're a rapper and you don't think you're the best,
shut up.
maybe you should quit.
Shut up.
Maybe you should quit.
I don't agree with that at all. I think if you're a rapper, you want to be the best.
Okay.
But, like, there's no way you can think you're the best at all times because, like, I mean, I know I go back and listen to some of the stuff that I've done in the past, and I was like, dude, I sucked. And, like, I remember thinking I was good. Like, right now, I think I'm good, but I know there's people out there that do things better than me. Like, Moxis does almost everything better than I can do, and, like, I'm trying to be as good as Moxis, if that makes sense.
I mean, in terms of, like, punchlines and metaphors, like, I think you got to
just like energy, like certain things. Like, there are things that Moxis is way better at than I am that I can never be as good as Moxis at.
Well, that's because Moxis has the sauce.
Yes, Moxis does have sauce. If anyone on YouTube had sauce, Moxis is the epitome of having sauce.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing. He hasn't always had it. Some people wake up. Some people are born and they're crying and their baby cries sound melodic, and you're just like, wow, this person's gonna be a star. Some people just got the talent. But I listened. Who was I talking to? I was talking to Chase the other day, and he was like, yo, you know what's funny about Moxis, since you're working with Moxis, is I did a song with him back in the day, and my voice sounded terrible, and so I went back to listen to that song, and that was like years ago, and Moxis was, you know, he was all right. He wasn't like, he definitely wasn't what he is now at all.
Right.
And it's like, yo, if you are an upcoming artist or you don't have a fan base or something and you need some motivation, you're feeling discouraged, go back and listen to your favorite rapper's oldest songs that they have out available. And it will motivate you. That's true. It will motivate you.
That's true. Okay, so now that you're done dancing around the question, who's the best YouTube rapper?
Let me say it like this. Let me go by the YouTube Cyphers, okay?
Okay.
Who had the best verse on the YouTube Cypher? In my opinion, the first one, Dizzy 8's was pretty damn good. I really liked Randolph's because he didn't try to do any like fast stuff, and also he was saying his bars were just dope to me, and they just had a lot of relevancy to them. I guess, man, but I wouldn't say he's like the best YouTube
That's a hard
rapper.
question.
For Dizzy 8, for me, I just need to hear more, and I don't think he's truly found his rap voice yet.
That is very agreeable. I think Dizzy has some of the most potential of anybody out there.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is either, but I'm assuming he's pretty young.
I think he's around my age. I honestly don't know.
But yeah, I think he just hasn't found the voice just yet. But man, flow-wise and melodies and all right, he's good. He's got it.
He is very
good. And
I
always overlook his bars. And Poppin' Challenge kind of woke me up like, oh yeah, this dude has bars. I forgot.
I think the thing with Dizzy is if he had like different mixing happen. I know Dizzy mixes all of his own stuff, and like I've heard Dizzy mix other people's stuff, and I always know when he does it because he has a particular sound to it. And I feel like if he maybe got into a professional studio and let somebody do all the engineering for him and let him focus on making the music, that he would make some incredible, incredible songs.
I could hear that. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. The second Cypher, you know who I really think killed it because I watched the whole entire thing the other day. Well,
you didn't watch the whole. I was like, you didn't watch all the first.
No,
one?
I watched it. You know what I did? I went back and I watched the YouTube Cypher Volume 2, but I watched it with the comments on the side, the live comments. Because I don't think I did that the first time I watched it. I think I either came onto it late or something. I don't know. I didn't watch it when it premiered, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe I caught the end of it when it was premiering.
Nice.
But hey, man, I watched that video like 20 times, so leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's okay.
All right, yeah. Besides Lex, who destroyed that Cypher,
Oh, God. She is
her
so
verse
good.
was fire. I think Mac Lethal had the best verse up there, yo.
You think so?
I think he did. Like, that chili organs part, the 50 portions chili organ, like that flow is just dope to me. And I think, Luke Gaughan's rap part with the fast flow is literally insane. Literally.
Yeah. I like that too. Devon Terrell was my favorite on that one just because of the melody that
and
he
it was
had.
so different.
Like the bars weren't like overwhelming,
yeah.
but I love the switch up of sound and like it's just so different than everyone else.
I think
Dante killed it. Was funny as shit.
Yeah, his was funny. He needs to put out more music, yo.
I know, man. I miss him so much. He's suspended on Twitter right now. Shout out to Dante.
Damn, man. Doesn't he have a backup account that he's been using? Or?
That got suspended as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Twitter's hating on my man Dante. Free I'm Dante.
That's what happens when you're not afraid to say stuff, man, or say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, dude. He says some wild shit, though. Like, he says some pretty crazy
shit. That's
shit.
why people like him, because he's not afraid to say
Exactly.
stuff.
That's why I like him. Like, he says some crazy shit, and I was like, dude, my mom follows you. Why are you tweeting this stuff?
See, this is...
Like, I don't want my mom seeing some of the shit that you tweet about.
I'm going to go with Mac Lethal for the best verse on YouTube Cypher Volume 2. But do I consider him a YouTube rapper? I don't know. I discovered him on Facebook. So
see, I discovered him on YouTube, but I don't know if I would consider him YouTube rapper. Is just such it's a term that shouldn't be used ever. Just stop using it.
This is gonna be a long segment, but it's great because I think there was a lot of good stuff here.
So I like I said, I don't think YouTube rapper should honestly determine anyone's
Crypt
status.
did a song with Dax.
I think it should be used. We tried so hard to find a segue, we can't do it. I did a song with Dax, okay? So that whole situation was crazy, man. So my boy Honey Koofies, if you guys don't know who that is, very phenomenal rapper, and you will see more of him very, very soon on my channel specifically. But yeah, he hit me up to do this song called That's Tough, and it samples Shaq's voice, No Life Shaq, and the entire hook and like in the ad-libs and stuff for the whole song. And he told me about it. He's like, I want to do this. I want Shaq to react to it. I think this is the best way to get it done. It's like, dope. Shaq's my boy. You're pretty dope. I like you. I'll definitely hop on this song with you. And that was in January, right before I went on tour with Mac Lethal. Wow. And so I was writing this verse, and it was supposed to be me and him on the song. I got on tour, and he's like, yo, you guys are coming close to my area. He lives in Pennsylvania. And he said, I'm going to come to the show and meet up with you. I was like, oh, that's fucking dope. Well, the whole tour, I did that. I met up with several people through many cities, which I'm very thankful for.
That's how you should do it. Yep.
But I met him up at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I had already written my verse to this song. At this point, I was writing on the road, but I didn't have a way to record it, so I was going to record it when I got back. But I met him at the show. I brought him on stage during the show, and he rapped over the Cypher 3 beat, of all beats. I don't know if I told you I did that to people. I downloaded the YouTube Cypher Volume 3, and a few shows I would have people come up and rap on stage, and they would rap over that beat.
I had no idea. Oh, that leaked.
Yeah, yeah. So if you guys ever came to any of the shows, and I brought somebody up on stage to rap, they rapped over the YouTube Cypher Volume 3 beat. But
wow.
Yeah, after the show, he's like, yo, so this song that we're doing, it's like No Life Shaq hit me up, and he wants to get Dax on the song. I was like, what? It's like, do you know the history between me and Dax? He's like, I don't. I kind of do, but I know you're my boy, and I'm going to go to bat for you no matter what. So if something happens, like if you don't want to do this song with Dax, just let me know. And I was like, I don't really care. It's been too long at this point. It's like, I'll do the song just because you're my boy. Shaq's my boy. But when Dax finds out I'm on the song, he's not going to want to do it. I can tell you that right now. And he's like, he said Dax already agreed to do the song. I was like, what? So yeah, he knows you're on the song and he agreed to do it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What kind of paradox is going on right now? Why is Dax agreeing to be on a song with me? Because there's a huge history there for people that don't know. And so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, that was January is when he sent me the song, and then I met him up in March. Okay. Is when I met with him. And that's when Dax was going to be on the song. And then, like a day after that, Dax followed me on Twitter and Instagram, and he messaged me on Twitter with a very, very nice, long, sincere, heartfelt, man-to-man apology. And that was huge for me because even if, he said he's sorry on publicly and stuff like that, that doesn't mean shit to me. But if you say it to me in person where nobody else can see your games, you're not putting on a show for anybody else, that's when it feels genuine to me. And like it felt very genuine, his apology for everything that happened in the past. And, honestly, it was taking years off of my life hating someone. He was the only person in my entire life that I hated. And, like, it was to the point where sometimes I couldn't even remember why I hated him, and I have to go back and look and remind myself. Like, does that ever happen with people?
Absolutely. Yes, I know exactly what that feels like.
Yeah, like, it was just to the point where I heard his name, and it was like an instant visceral feeling. It's like, man, I fucking hate this guy. And I'm just sitting, it's like, why do you hate him again?
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what it was like. But, he apologized to me. I was like, dope, it is what it is. We'll do the song together. And I scrapped the verse that I wrote for it when I found out that he was going to be on the song, and I restructured my verse to kind of make fun of the whole situation of us, like, beefing. Mm-hmm. And I started off my verse on this song. It's called That's Tough with Honey Koofies and Dax. And it's like, wait a minute, Dax is on his track? Fuck the beat. I ain't fucking with that. Or cut the beat. I ain't fucking with that. And then I just kind of went in and did my thing, did some flow switches and stuff. And the main point of that is Crypt and Dax are now cool. We have made up. I no longer have enemies anymore, which is kind of freeing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's hey man, I think that was a really mature move on both of your parts. Yeah. On Dax's part for sure, because that shows a lot of growth in his character, and the fact that it wasn't in front of a camera or nothing like that. No showmanship, no nothing. That's cool. Me and him like talk off and on a little bit. When he put out the EP, this is when I knew something was a little bit different, because a lot of people hit us up for reactions a lot because it's gonna get views for their songs and stuff like that and just help push their stuff. But he hit me up and he just wanted opinions on his songs. He didn't ask for a reaction or anything like that. He just hit me up. He was like, yo, I put out this EP, just check it out, I want to hear what you think, and I listened to it and gave him 100% honest feedback on everything. I told him what I liked, what I didn't like, and stuff like that, and he was just cool with it. And it was just another conversation. I've never personally had any issues with him at all. It was always really weird.
You did produce a yeah, it is very weird because of the situation with us, and you did produce the beat for the diss track that I made on him.
Yeah. So, which I'm sure he was aware of. But every time I talked to him, it was like I felt weird about it. But it's but yeah, I'm glad things are back to normal now, and as far as that's concerned. But he's definitely matured. That's all I could really say, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, whatever age he is, I feel like you never truly fully mature until somewhere. It could happen anywhere in your 20s. So there's some 20-year-olds that are out there that are probably more mature than me. But there's
Dax he's a year older than I am.
Okay.
So he's 26. I'm 25.
Okay. So yeah, that it makes sense to me because especially if you get all this clout when you're young, it's like it could really get to your head.
And there was a huge difference between me because he's apologized to me in the past, but it was like a public thing that just felt very disingenuous to me, and it was during all this beef stuff. And I didn't accept the apology back then.
Yeah.
And it's completely different. It's just everything's completely different now. The way he did it, the way he acts now. I've watched his live streams and stuff over the past few weeks just to kind of see how he acts. He acts completely different. He seems like he's trying to turn a new leaf and be he realized his mistakes that he did, not only with me but with the whole community back then. He was still new to the game, didn't have any management or anything like that. He didn't understand how to do things.
Yeah.
And I think now he kind of has a grasp on how things are working, and it's nice to see because he's a very talented dude, and I would hate to see talent like that go to waste.
It's truly talent, because if he hasn't been, same thing with you though, you both haven't been doing rap for that long, and look what you guys are able to do. So it's pretty crazy. Me, on the other hand, I wasn't born with talent when it comes to this stuff. Mine is, I call it just skill, because it took very, very long for me to get good at what I do now. So, but yeah.
Get good at? You're good?
I'm sorry, great.
Mediocre. It took me very long to be this shitty.
Joe, I don't think you mean great. I think you mean more like mediocre. I think that's the word you were going for.
Joe, I think you misspelled great. It's actually pronounced fucking horrible.
Hey, I'm actually going to censor this when I say it, but you. I can hear the beep now.
Man. Please don't censor that. You act like people haven't heard you say fuck before.
That was only one exception.
One exception, you said it 84 times in the song, by the way.
Wow.
That counted.
Jeez.
Yeah. You swore more times on one song than I have in my entire discography.
That's not true.
That's not, but it's fun to say.
So yeah. So what? Besides all this music stuff, everything is. I'm really excited for what the future holds for the rest of the year, music-wise. Everybody's home. Everybody's working on stuff right now.
Yeah.
What I'm doing though, when I'm not working on music, is
playing Raid Shadow Legends.
Here comes the sponsor. Oh, there's no sponsor?
No sponsor yet.
Okay, all right.
But if you do want to sponsor us, we do have an email. We'd be more than happy to plug some people. If you would like to sponsor a segment of the Papa Do Podcast, please go to papadoopodcast@gmail.com, and we would be more than happy to support any small business out there for a very small fee.
Absolutely.
There you go.
There you go. Well said, my friend. Anyways, I don't play Raid Shadow Legends. I probably will end up playing it at some point this year because I get an ad for it every 2 seconds. And they say it in such a manipulative way. They don't say, you should try Raid Shadow Legends. They say, let's play Raid Shadow Legends. They don't say, do you want to play Raid Shadow Legends? They say, let's play.
Yeah.
That's a sales technique right there for anybody that's curious. When you say let's,
yeah,
like when you're buying a car, the salesman shouldn't say, so do you want to take this for a test drive? They should say, let's take this for a test drive. You know what I mean? It eliminates the way, it makes saying no much harder.
I'm going to start using that on women now.
You should. When I was a salesman, I was a car salesman at CarMax for 2.5 years before I made my move to LA. And during that 2.5 years, they just gave you nonstop training about salesman techniques. And every time I heard them, I was like, this is something I'm going to use on girls. That's what went through my mind. That's probably why I didn't sell enough cars. But
do you want to go out with me? Let's go out with me? Is that how does that work?
that was worded very poorly. Or you could just say, we should go out together. You know what I mean? Say to the girl, we should go out together. Not, do you want to go out with me? Or something as simple as...
Joey's giving me game. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Never thought that would happen.
Yo, don't sleep. That's all I'll say. Don't sleep.
I guess I shouldn't. I mean, you are engaged, and, have you looked at yourself? I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, no. Have you looked at her and then looked at me? Like, that's kind of one of those things where it's just like, wow, how much money was involved there?
I wonder if I...
A lot. Anyways.
A lot. Okay.
Yeah, so...
That's one thing I've never done. I should probably try just throwing my money at women and being an asshole.
You should.
Like, look, I'm an asshole, but I make 4 figures a month.
There you go. That'll get her wet and juicy. What the hell? Okay. I want to just talk about video games, okay?
Okay, let's just do like a 2-minute section about video games because you want to talk about it, and then we'll sign off.
Most of the time, if I'm playing video games, I'm playing sports games. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah, I agree. You sound like you're doing a sponsor. What game are you sponsoring?
This is sponsored... Nah, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not going to even joke about it.
I don't usually play video games, but when I do, I play sports games. And I specifically play NBA 2K. Yeah. More specifically, the My Career Path. My Player. Which one it is. I don't remember what it's called on 2K.
Is it My Player? I know.
Is it My Player?
My part, it might have used to be. I don't know. I don't play NBA 2K anymore. I mentioned it on the last podcast. It's banned from my life.
Yeah, because you're depressed.
Couldn't handle it. Madden is the main game that I play.
Who's your team? The Jets?
The Giants.
The Giants.
And that's my favorite team in real life, and that's why I kind of roll with them. But, I play Madden 19. I never got Madden 20.
There's literally zero difference.
Well, the roster, I guess, is the biggest difference.
They do updated rosters on 19, though. You can literally choose to update the roster.
Well, I don't do it because I want to keep Beckham.
That's the only difference, though. You said the rosters, and I'm telling you there's no difference to save $60 from buying Madden 20.
So can I get Madden 20 and play with an old roster?
No.
There you go. The Giants, I want Giants to still have Odell Beckham and all their receivers and stuff.
Don't buy 2020. Just keep Madden 19.
That's what I do.
I'm agreeing with you to keep Madden 19. Like, what is going on here?
I don't know. You just piss me off in many ways.
That's nice. But speaking of Madden, I went to Adam Calhoun's house, who is a rapper that is on the YouTube platform, but is not a YouTube rapper. But I went to his house in Chicago, and the first thing we did was play Madden together. And I talked so much shit on the way there. I picked the Titans, and he had the Ravens.
That was gonna be my first question.
Yeah, he was running with Lamar Jackson, but he's using the Miami Dolphins offense, which was very strange to me, because like you pick the Ravens because of their RPO option with Lamar Jackson, but then he did the Dolphins. I don't understand why he did it, but yeah, I was kicking his ass, dude. Like I pick six him like the second pass of the game, and then I tackled Lamar Jackson. He fumbled, and then I scored. I was up 14-0, and I was talking so much shit. He's like, what difficulty are you on? And then I looked, and I was on Rookie, and he was on All Madden.
Wow.
I was like, oh, shit. And so I switched it up to All Madden, and he beat me like 49-14. I didn't score a single point the rest of the game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's tricky. I like playing online Madden, of course, because you get to see your own plays, and nobody could see what you're doing or what you're choosing or what kind of formation you're going to be in and all that stuff. Because it's hard to hide that unless you're a real pro. I don't know if you ever watched the professional Madden players, but they're pressing the button so fast you can barely even tell what they're really setting up, even if you're looking at the same screen as them. But online, you can't see any of that stuff, and that's
I'm not as advanced. I don't really fuck with like the audibles and stuff like that. I just pick a play and go for it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm more of a halfback screen kind of guy. Like when I'm in a rut, just toss the screen out to the side and dump it and let it go.
Oh yeah, I'm a very bubblegum play type player. That's what they call it apparently. Like the little drag routes and screen passes and halfback sweep run plays and basically running everything on the outside because I'm scared of all the people in the middle.
Bro, just get Derrick Henry and run through. Just do power I. You'll be good.
In 19, he's not the true Derrick Henry. He's not the true Derrick Henry yet in 19. But in 20, I could imagine
rich,
he's
so
a
he has
beast.
2020. Yeah, he was dope. He was just running over everybody. Even in All Madden, I was getting 20, 30-yard carries, just running over people.
Yeah, that's insane. And it's realistic. So
very realistic. He went to Alabama. Roll Tide!
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
How did you not know that?
I don't know. And now I know that Roll Tide is Alabama. I didn't know that either.
You didn't know that either?
No.
Dude.
I'm very out of the loop when it comes to college sports.
It's fine.
But, yeah. So my lighting, I was relying on my sunlight to be my light. And now it's
dark.
Kind of gone. So
kind of like your rap skills.
I think that's a great way to end the podcast right there.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Papa Do podcast. This was episode number 2. As much of a disaster as the first one, probably more than a disaster of the first one.
Probably.
But we are learning.
We are.
And maybe we'll figure it out one day. Probably not.
We appreciate you guys listening to the podcast. I know I may sound angry right now. It's because Crypt made me re-say this part. Screw you. But yeah, this is the second
episode. You're an albino lizard. Fuck you.
Wow. Now you sound like my mother. All right. Let's wrap this up, please. Before anything else is said.
Shit. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. This has been your boy Joey Nato, and until next time, Papa Do whatever you say.
Papa Do. Oh shit.